Question number 5, it's a two-part question. Part A asks us to factorise 2x squared plus 8x, and then part B says hence simplify, and then we have 2x squared plus 8x over 2x squared minus 32. So obviously the thing to spot here is that this and this is quite clearly the same. The word hence means we're going to use whatever we do in part A in part B. So we look at part A first of all, just move to one side. So we have 2x squared plus 8x, and we're asked to factorise. Now you should remember that factorise means that we're going to put the brackets back in, and we're looking in this particular one to take out a common factor, the highest common factor. So the highest number that goes into 2 and 8 is 2, and also we can see that x goes into both terms as well. So the common factor, the highest common factor is 2x. So 2x times x gives us our 2x squared above, and 2x times 4 gives us our 4x. So that's our answer to the first part. Moving on to the second part of the question. The question in part B says hence simplify 2x squared plus 8x over 2x squared minus 32. Presence of the word hence here tells us that we're going to use this answer in part 2. So the numerator, the top of the fraction, 2x squared plus 8x, we are now going to substitute in our answer from the first part on the numerator in the place of 2x squared plus 8x. So that would then give us 2x bracket x plus 4 on the top line, and on the bottom line we have the 2x squared minus 32. So what we're looking to do is simplify here. We factorised in the top line, and that's what we're now going to do in the bottom line, and then hopefully we'll get something that might cancel or simplify somehow. So the numerator 2x bracket x plus 4, and on the bottom line, factorising this one, we're going to take a common factor out first of all again. We have an x term in the first part but no x term in the second part, so our common factor will just be the number 2. So 2 outside the bracket, leaving us with x squared minus 16 inside. Now what we need to be able to spot here is that we have another type of factorising available to us, and it's x squared minus 16, which can be converted into a difference of 2 squares. At the moment it's not quite there because we don't have 2 squares, we have x squared, but then we just have 16 here. But we can write 16 as 4 squared. So our next line of working, top line will stay the same, and the bottom line, I'm going to prepare it for a difference of 2 squares, so I'm going to write it as x squared minus 4 squared. So now that we have it like that, we can now factorise by a difference of 2 squares on the denominator, the bottom line. So our top line remains unchanged for the minute, and the bottom line, well, we have a 2 as a common factor out at front, and then to factorise by a difference of 2 squares, we factorise into 2 brackets, one with a plus sign, one with a minus sign, and then it's just x and 4 and x and 4. So what we have now is we have a fully factorised top line and a fully factorised bottom line. We have an x plus 4 bracket on the top, which can then be cancelled with the x plus 4 bracket on the bottom. And then we have the 2 on the top, which can cancel with the 2 in the bottom. That leaves us with x on the top on its own, and on the bottom line our x minus 4 in the bracket. We don't really need the bracket, so we can get rid of it at this point. That's our answer fully simplified, and the end of the question.